All right, so the Buffalo Bills, it looks like they've kind of found the replacement for John Brown and Emmanuel Sanders. I know a lot of people thought that that the Buffalo Bills simply just believed that Gabriel Davis was going to be the number 2 guy, and it still could be. You know, Emmanuel Sanders was a phenomenal number 2 receiver with the Denver Broncos. The last 3 to 4 years, he's kind of lacked as far as being a top receiver, but that just makes sense. He's getting a lot older. He's going to be 34 years of age this year. And one thing that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott love, they love bringing older guys that can still have some type of production. They love to have those guys on their football team. You know, so it really shouldn't be that shocking, especially at the receiving position. But yeah, you're talking about a guy that brings leadership right off the gate, locker room experience, can teach some of the younger guys in the receiving room. I think that's why they pretty much brought him in. And, of course, again, he can bring some productivity. He did have over 700 yards receiving, 61 receptions, 5 touchdowns. He did have a career low of 11 yards per catch. But with the New Orleans Saints, they worked him a lot in the slot. He could play on the outside, too. He can still play at the outside, still has speed. But I think the question is that in an offense that heavily caters towards the passing game, is Emmanuel Sanders enough? This is the one thing I've been arguing with Bills fans a lot. I like Gabriel Davis, but however, this is an offense that caters towards the passing game. And again, John Brown brought a lot of speed. You know, he could take the top off of a defense, which would free guys underneath. It would free guys like Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs a lot more opportunities. People can definitely say that, well, hey, John Brown missed around like 7 games, and Gabriel Davis did his thing, and I agree. Gabriel Davis was a decent receiver, but again, if you look at the stats, he had 499 yards. John Brown missed 7 games, and he still had more production than Gabriel Davis. So I'm not too sure if Gabriel Davis. I think Gabriel Davis will be he'll be a good number 2 receiver in the future. But I still think he's developing his game. I don't think Gabriel Davis is ready yet to step up and be that role. And I think that the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott, and Brandon Beane, they know that he's not ready yet to be a number 2 receiver. He still needs to develop. I think we're still, again, we kind of ignore the other positional. We kind of ignore the other positions where other positions, these kids, they need to develop. These players need to develop a little bit more. And I think that guys like Tremaine Edmonds and Gabriel Davis are still in the processing of getting better as young players. So that's why I think that's why I thought they brought in Emmanuel Sanders. They need more experience. They need more experience on the outside. Now again, free agency still looming. They haven't signed a big name free agent. I don't even know if they have the cap to do it. That's another reason. But if they do have some room. Who knows? They could get a big name free agent. Remember last year they did trade for Stephon Diggs. So who knows? The Buffalo Bills have a late first-round pick. Maybe they're not confident with their evaluations in the draft. Maybe they feel like they can get some equal value in the second or third round compared to the first round. And maybe they will go up in the draft and get a big name player. Danielle Hunter is requesting a trade for the Minnesota Vikings. There are some other big name players as well that are requesting trades. Obviously, we will find out. But for now, the Buffalo Bills' biggest free agent signing right now, it is Emmanuel Sanders.